Hey everyone! So recently I had a friend of mine on Facebook post a video request of me. She wanted to know what life is like now post 240-pound weight loss compared to what my life used to be like. And this is a very good question, and it's a very personal question with a lot being thrown on the table. And as you've seen in my other videos, I usually just speak very freely, very naturally and organically in front of the camera. I usually don't ever really rehearse anything like that. I just kind of just say what comes to the top of my head. This time I'm actually going to cheat. I actually wrote down my answers to this question, and I put it in a letter form, as if I'm reading you, the viewer, a letter of my life. And I did it this way for a couple reasons. For one, I wanted to make sure that I had all my bases covered. I wanted to make sure that I didn't miss anything that was key. And I wanted to also convey it in a very personal way. And what more personal way than a letter to the viewers? So, with that being said, here's my story. Before my 240-pound weight loss in 2012-2013, this is what my life was like. I was always the biggest person in the room, no matter where I went. When I walked into a room, a public place, or anywhere in general, people would stare. I could feel them judging me with their eyes, and sometimes I would catch them whispering to each other underneath their breath. And I would pretend that I didn't see it or hear it, but I would feel it. And this goes way back, and that's where I want to begin. Back to when I was a child. I was always the biggest kid in the classroom, and truth be told, I might have been the biggest kid in school as well. My K through 12 years for me were torture. We've all heard that kids are cruel. Well, it's very true. During my adolescence, I was bullied, teased, and although it wasn't all terribly bad by any means, the joyous times were overshadowed by the heartache. Because of my size, it was the little things that I felt like I missed out on. Being able to buy stylish, trendy clothes, being able to keep up the other kids in PE, and ignoring certain social events. To suppress and escape from my hurt feelings that I was having, I would stuff my emotions away with food. I found that food for me was an outlet. It gave me comfort. It never judged me. Among lack of exercise, it was the main contributor to my obesity and poor health. But you see, it's a vicious cycle. You eat, you get depressed, you get fat, and you eat some more because you're fat and depressed. By the time I had graduated high school, I was 320 pounds. As my adult years came, all that baggage from my adolescence came with me, and it continued over the next 10 years. I still couldn't wear the nice trendy clothes. I still ignored certain social events, and I was still stuck in that vicious cycle of stuffing my emotions away with food. But it got worse. It got worse and worse as the years went by. I remember one time, and I can't for the life of me remember when it was, but I stepped on the scale and it read 395 pounds. I was shocked. I knew I had gained some weight, but not that much. Something needed to be done. And so began the yo-yo dieting, and a new vicious cycle had emerged. I would start a new diet, lose a few pounds, get tired of it, fall off, pick up my old eating habits, and then gain all the weight back and then some. It was, like I said, another vicious cycle. My weight gain and my feelings of shame got so bad that I would ignore seeing old friends and family. I was always afraid of them saying, well, what happened to Jared? You know, how did he get so big, man? I can't believe he got so big. Now flash forward, there I was at 28 years old, 465 pounds, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high blood sugar, sleep apnea, depressed. You know, I had chest pains, I felt like shit. And I was feeling sorry for myself. Like I said in my first video, I was a complete mess, and I felt like I was knocking on death's door. It's sad that I could barely walk up the stairs without getting winded. It's sad that I let it get that bad. I had had enough. Something needed to be done. Not next week, not tomorrow, not later today, but right now. I had finally gotten sick and tired of being sick and tired. So that was what life was like up until April 14th, 2012. The day before I transitioned to a high-carb vegan lifestyle, and I embarked on my weight loss journey. It was very dark, and it was very negative. Now, this is what life is like from April 15th, 2012 to present. I saved my own life. I saved my own life. I am no longer 465 pounds. I am now 225 pounds. I lost 240 pounds, more than half my body weight. The stairs I could barely climb before are nothing compared to the miles that I'm able to run now. My blood pressure is normal. My chest pains are gone. My sleep apnea is gone. I'm no longer depressed about being overweight, and I have much better mental clarity. I am learning every day to accept and to love who I am. And I am a much happier person than what I once was. My relationship with food, and most importantly, my relationship with myself, has gotten so much better. I took a bad hand and I made a royal flush out of it. I made a royal flush out of a bad hand, man. And metaphorically speaking, I'm no longer the biggest person in the room anymore. I embrace long-lost friends, family I haven't seen in years, and I look forward now to social events. People no longer stare at me, pass judgment. I'm average now, man. Like, I'm average. Like, that, to most people, that might not mean anything, you know, like, who haven't struggled with their weight. For me, I struggled with my weight. I've never been at a normal, healthy weight before until this last year. The baggage that I once carried with me like a ball and chain has slowly started to dissipate. I've learned how to forgive those that bullied me in school, those that passed judgment on me in my adult years, to just let it go and try to love others. I have a great career. I live in a great place. I mean, I have wonderful friends and family who I love, and they love me. And I'm just very thankful for what I have. And even though I struggled with my weight and my health for so many years, I honestly do feel as though I have the upper hand in life. Because I know what it's like to be on both sides of the fence. Now, all of this didn't happen overnight. It was a gradual process, just like the weight loss. But throughout my journey, day by day, I noticed small changes, and not just physical changes. Life just got so much better. I'm still a work in progress, and I still make mistakes, have my struggles, and of course, life isn't always peachy and always going to go as planned. But I know that I'm on the right path. My vegan lifestyle and weight loss journey has taught me so much and has opened my eyes to so many different things. I've learned that my diet not only affects me, but the world around me as well. Whether you believe it or not, there's a cause and effect with it. I live a healthy, cruelty-free, good for the environment lifestyle where I am mentally and physically healthy. When I was losing the weight, it was about me, and my results. Really, it was. I was very selfish. I thought that when the weight came off, I was done. End of story. I wasn't even planning on going vegan my whole life. And I said that in one of my other videos, that people would ask me, how long are you going to go vegan for? And I said, until I get the weight off. That was my plan. I didn't think I was going to make a lifetime commitment out of it. That was the selfishness in me. That was me looking at it from only, one perspective. But I realized after the weight was gone that my journey wasn't done. I wasn't satisfied. I realized that there is so much more that I want to do. I want to help others. I want to inspire them. My journey didn't end when I reached my goal weight of 225 pounds. It had just begun. I want to make an impact. I want to share my story with the world and help those that are struggling. I know what it's like now to set out a goal and to succeed. And success feels amazing. So that's what life was like then, and that's what it's like now. Thanks for watching, guys.